Hi guys and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I'm going to unbox this Armament R31 C02 M1911 pistol. Hi guys and welcome back. If you do enjoy my content today, please do like and subscribe. You are massively helping me out. So, hopefully you've seen my recent Taiwan gun order unboxing and you will have seen that this was one of the little bad boys that came out of it. If my competition hasn't ended yet, my giveaway, please do go subscribe to my channel and comment on that to make sure that you are in with a chance of winning that STTI ST23 SOCOM. But we'll talk about that another time. So we've got the Armament C02 M1911 gas blowback pistol. And this came off the back of a viewer requesting it, saying that they would like to see it. So the box, I do like Army's boxes, they seem to have got better lately. So you've got the yellow with the branding on it, obviously Armament, and a sticker indicating the model. You've got a little bit from Taiwan gun just indicating which model it is. It's the R31 and C02, and that is literally all there is, other than a bit of safety information on the end there. So we'll pop this open and we'll get out. So we've got the Taiwan gun manual there with a couple of targets just for a little bit of safety. Now I'm really impressed that there is a half decent little manual in here. Again, English and Chinese or Japanese, I'm not sure, but basic usage of the gun, although it looks like it's based on a Glock and not a 1911, but never mind, it's a manual, that's helpful. So then in the box, I'm looking at it already, I'm thinking, oh man, that looks ace. We've got a tool there for operating the CO2 mag, which we'll look at in a minute. Now, I still can't figure out what this is for. I did wonder if it was for, here's the mag by the way, grabbing the feed follower and dragging it down, and I'm guessing, I actually think I might have just figured that out. You should be able to then, no, I'd wondered if it clicked onto there and kept it locked down for you. If I'm right, please let me know. If I'm wrong, still let me know if that's what it's for. So I did think it was a case of you could use it to drag the follower down and then lock it off at the bottom, but it just releases it anyway. Maybe it's just badly made, who knows. But there's your mag, full metal mag with a cutout for the CO2 capsule or bulb. Now, if you can see, it's not as deep on the right hand side of the mag, so I'm guessing the bulb must go in from this side, and we'll look at that in a minute. This screw matches with that tool there to undo that screw and screw it in, and you've got a nozzle at the top there that will pierce into the bulb to let the CO2 out. So we'll look at that in a second. And then here it is. So this is a full metal 1911 gas blowback. The mag well, as you can see there, it's been opened up, and that's to accommodate the mag, get those out of the way, with the bulb in it, being slid into them. It does look really nice, I'm really impressed with that. So you've got 0.45 ACP on the top there on the ejection port, and if I pull that back, racks quite nicely. That looks like, at least the front part here, is a metal hop unit. Let's just see if I can get this off. So release that, pull that pin out, and there it goes. So it is a metal hop unit. Let's take that off. Let's do it the proper way. Come on, Pheas. Take that out. And separate this. Just to clarify, I'm not a pistol person, and this is pretty much the full extent of my knowledge of pistols, is just this little bit of the disassembly here. Taking that out, and then the outer barrel assembly slides out. So I believe that's your air nozzle. Looks like a fairly standard one, just black plastic. You've got a lovely silver brushed steel effect outer barrel, and then you've got a metal hop unit there, and the hop just pushes to the back to put the hop on. Now it looks like it's partially set, and it is slightly down, so what I'm going to do for the purpose of chronoing is I'm going to turn this down. That is incredibly stiff. Now that's reassuring how stiff that is to adjust, and I'm probably going to have to get a screwdriver on that, I'm struggling to move that at all. how that's stuck. Maybe that is the full adjustment. No, I think it's just very, very stiff. That's good. It means it's not going to unwind easily, but something to be aware of. Obviously, when I do chrono it, it's got a partially set hop. I don't know how much good or bad that hop is, but it's partially set. So I'll have a look at the rest of the internals there. So metal internals. Now again, as I said, I don't know much about 1911s, so I do know that that's part of the safety system, and if you don't squeeze that in, you can't pull the trigger. So obviously, if I squeeze that in, I can click it, and you've got a second safety there to lock the slide back. So I'll just reassemble that now. That one. See, and already I've forgotten how to do this. That one, and the spring, the guide. And then that goes back in there. Now, ooh, I've just noticed a little bonus there, that the outer barrel is actually, which is really nice, the outer barrel is threaded internally. So let's just see if I can get some. There we go. Look, so there isn't an adapter in the box. Definitely not an adapter in the box. So if you can get an adapter to fit in there, you can put an adapter on there and get it threaded, and potentially fit a tracer unit, as I know a lot of people like to do. Let's move that out of the way. Pull that back so I can drop that back in there. There we go. So lock that back and release. It does rack really nicely. It feels like it's well lubricated. There's no jabbing, there's no sticking. It just goes really smoothly. Obviously, it is all based off the original Tokyo Marui design. So here we've got one of the CO2 bulbs. I believe it might be the 12 gram one, one of the smaller ones, and this will only go into the mag one way. So we'll get our tool in, we'll unwind the screw, and you just drop the bulb in like that. I don't think it needs to screw in or anything. You just tighten the screw back up, and that pushes it. Ooh. You've got to be quick because obviously it's venting gas. So I've tightened that up, that's in there. I can confirm there's actual pressure on that, so we'll see how this kicks. I'm going to hold this down so it doesn't lock off. Ooh, wow, that's a kick and a half. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that is probably the strongest blowback I've ever had from a pistol. That is insane. So that mag, just to show you, look, the cutouts around the mag well just allow the bulb in. If I didn't hold the cutoff down, ooh, there we go. It was obviously a little bit too powerful the first time. It locks off because the mag is empty. And release it. Oh, that's impressive. That's really working for me. That's got a real kick to it. So I'll come back in 2 minutes and I'll get it chronoed first, and then we'll finish up reviewing this pistol. I am back from the chrono. I am really, really impressed. So in my garage at the minute, based on my car thermometer, it is about 10 degrees at the minute. So fresh CO2 bulb in there with 0.2 gram BBs in. Obviously the hop is a little bit set. It is doing 320 FPS. Excuse me. That is brilliant. So I do the usual thing which I do with blowbacks or gas pistols. I spam the trigger a little bit and let off a good few rounds as quick as I could to try and cool it down. It's still cool. Chronoed it again and it had only dropped to 310 FPS. So it's really keeping the FPS nicely. There was no freeze out, no nothing. I was really hammering it as well. So I fully filled the mag and it is emptied every single BB, which you would expect from CO2 anyway. And even now, I'll hold it down, it is still kicking. So I actually suspect I can get significantly more BBs out of that CO2 bulb than one set of BBs. Obviously with the traditional 1911, in terms of gas mags, sometimes even in warm conditions you can struggle to get all the BBs out of it on one fill of gas. Now that, I don't know, I've never been fussed about CO2, but having seen how well that performs, I am genuinely impressed with that, and it's something I would possibly look, if I do get a CO2 pistol in future, I'd possibly be looking at, or getting any pistol at all, I'd possibly be looking at a CO2 one. If you do know how well they perform in the winter, please do comment and let me know, because I would be interested to know how well CO2 performs in the winter. Particularly in England, we don't have the greatest of weather and it tends to be cold most of the year, which is obviously never great. So, the weight of it, absolutely lovely feeling, really nice weight. With a mag in, just makes it a little bit nicer. It's the kind of weight that I wouldn't advise having it in a drop leg holster, because that is just going to flop around unless you've really got it secured down, possibly cutting your circulation off. But it just feels nice in your hand. It's clearly a well-designed pistol, even for the real steel one, because it's so nice to fit in your hand. It feels right in there. It's really comfortable, fits to the contours of your hand. There's plenty of room, even with gloves on, that will feel comfortable. So you can run around to your heart's content, blasting away with that. I am, now that I've felt the kick of it, I am really looking forward to getting that somewhere and being able to shoot it and see what it's like. Obviously I am sorry that I can't do shooting tests. Basically my wife would kill me if I actually showed my garage or anything like that where I do my chronoing and things like that. Plus there's not enough room to show any kind of real decency of shooting and things. So I will leave you with the usual photos in a minute. I am genuinely impressed with that. I really am impressed with that. Probably almost as much as the John Wick pistol. I love the 1911 using CO2 now, meaning that I can get all of those BBs out there and still have gas left in that bulb in there. These are relatively cheap as well, so you know it's not going to break the bank to be putting CO2 in there. And if you can get at least a couple of sets of BBs, I'm guessing, that's just a guess, out of it, then even better, you know, you're getting more value for money. Great little package, absolutely brilliant. I will be back sometime in the future with this for a review once I've got it on a range and had a chance to shoot it. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.